Hope it's been a good week, and I hope you'll be there Sunday as we continue to look at some of the simple things that we need to remember during the Advent season. And when I say we, I'm referring to Christian people. I'm referring to those of us who have committed our life to follow Jesus Christ. We go back each year to the birth narrative to remember some very simple things about God's relationship with us. This week, the little sentence I'm going to give you to think about in terms of simplicity is simply adorable. That's a phrase we use sometimes when we're talking about children or someone that we might be courting or someone we're in love with. They are simply adorable. I want to use that phrase to help us understand the place of adoration and holiness in worship for Christmas. What it means that, yes, we acknowledge that the world was simply waiting for something good to happen where we would know God. We are still daily in situations where we wait to know, is he real? Is he there? Will he come? We also simply decide to whether or not we will acknowledge his will for our life. But in that acknowledgement, isn't it almost weird that a king was simply born as a baby in this world? We looked last week at the baby narrative and what it probably means for us, and certainly what we need to think on regarding why God took that plan to come into our life. This week I'll just have us think about ways that we can adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Isn't it interesting that being on your knees is a posture of submission in our world? It is, when we're on our knees praying, is a way that Christians certainly would term that in other world religions. To get on our knees is to confess that we're not in charge of the universe, that we are submitting ourselves to a higher authority, that we are going to not only accept that authority, but we will praise them, we will bow to them, adore them. Being a big guy, I've learned that in dealing with children, particularly as a pastor in church and roaming down the halls of the nursery or meeting a child sometime after the service, I can be a little bit intimidating. Not that I mean to be, but I've learned that a great way to introduce myself sometimes to small children is to go ahead and get on my knees, to get face to face with them where I don't seem so colossal and where eyeball to eyeball we can make contact together. I think this week we need to explore the importance of being on our knees when we worship God this season. Not only is he our friend, not only did he come to be like us, not only did he sacrifice, love, serve us, he is to be adored and praised and worshiped. So we'll think some about holiness, about what it means when our lives become contained with this need to adore him, how we do that, what are the practices of holiness that can help us in this Christmas season become closer to him, and what he looks for in us. It is not just to be recognized, but it is to be loved and adored. Isn't that interesting? I hope you'll come Sunday. We've had some good groups coming in. We're taking precautions as we always do, but we're there and we're worshiping together. We'll worship this Sunday, and certainly we will worship again on the following Sunday, and then the Christmas Eve service this year will be at 3 o'clock, and all in the same location we are normally in. So I hope that you can attend. You be safe this week, and think about those ways that maybe on your knees you might recognize this one who is Lord.